Big, exciting, great news as you start your Sunday morning with renewed optimism to get your stimulus by executive order and by focusing on the events after the election. By all accounts, no one thinks that a stimulus deal is going to be hatched before the election because there's a certain problem. The Senate's closed come this Monday. But we're not closed. We're not done. We're going to get our stimulus. It's just not with this group this way. And this is going to be a great morning of early mornings, LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm here, you're here, and it's a great Sunday morning. I'm thankful that you've joined me in a great day. Almost done with the weekend. Yeah, it's gone a little too fast, but it's so invigorating. Hope you're good and safe. Go to front of this channel, subscribe, because if you're not subscribed, then you're not going to get an alert when a new video goes live, and there is another video going live right after this one at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is Early Mornings LALATE, always with a 1-hour broadcast. This one at 6 a.m. and another one at 6:30. Also like this video. If you're new to Early Mornings LALATE, boy, you're in store for a lot of fun, because on the right is a live chat. Yes, this is an instant premiere. It is an enhanced viewing experience, and as an instant premiere, you can follow along. And over on the right, you can chat with your Purple Power buddies and experience the virtues of a live chat. That live chat gives you the ability to interact with one another while the broadcast is airing, and the video right after this one at 6:30 has the same feature as well. So really quite exciting. How are you? The toast is toast and the butter's buttering. I'm here, you're here. The corn's here. All ears. And hopefully you've left me some bacon. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here this morning is that Mitch has the key to the door ready. He's about to lock the door. Mitch is about to close the Senate. On Monday, he will close the Senate after Judge Barrett is confirmed by the Senate, and that would be all of that. Yes, Judge Barrett got her lifetime salary. She will get paid for the rest of her lifetime until she dies, and you got nothing. Mitch McConnell achieved nothing for you in the short period of time in which the Senate was open. What was it, 7 days, 14 days? Well, it was open. Then he closed it because of COVID-19 cases of 3 members who eventually sat during the hearings without a mask, and apparently that was not a problem for them, but it was certainly a problem to close the Senate so you would not have stimulus relief. And then he opened it on, what was it, October 18th? And so he closes this on Monday. Wow, just incredulous. But we're not focused on that. We really aren't. The hopes for legislative stimulus by act of Congress before the election is very slim. There's a lot of news reports out this morning that people are working and they're doing things and the subcommittees are talking. Pelosi said in an interview on Capitol Hill Friday that Steve and Mnuchin are waiting for congressional committees to report back to them, and that they're going to chat over the weekend and they're going to see what those subcommittees said. Okay. Yeah, we're not. Do we care? No, we don't care. We don't care. No. What we care about is getting the amount of stimulus you're owed. Oh, baby, yes. You are worth it. You are valued. I am valued. And hashtag I am valued. You are owed multiple stimulus checks. You're going to get multiple stimulus checks. You're going to get a bigger stimulus check, and you're going to demand it, or else. I mean, we're not going to sit around and wait for a dangling carrot that may come, after election night or after inauguration day that'll say, hey, congratulations, you've struggled for about 10 months, 6 months, 12 months, and here's $500. Congratulations, go buy yourself a burger. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, and we're not going to succumb to thinking that way. So This is the renewed energy of the purple power. This is the renewed focus of the purple power. If you're one of those people that early on in this channel, I said I just refer to as the donut person, the donut guy who puts his feet up on the sofa on the reclining chair, says, "Just tell me when it's on its way." Well, guess what? I have nothing to report to you as to whether it's on its way, and ultimately, it may not come on its way for the amount you want, unless you're part of the purple power community. They are standing up and being vocal and being very loud now to make it very clear that when it comes, it better be a certain amount that they are wanting. Let me explain to you that there's two permutations that are involved as we start the new morning, and one of them is timing of the stimulus, and the other one is the amount. You really can't really determine the timing at the moment for the stimulus. More about that in a second. But what you can change the fate of is the amount. Oh boy. Yes. What's going on here is what's important to understand, and this is just great news, this is incredible great news, is that there really is no bill, there is no agreement, there is no agreement on what the agreement will be about, and there's no bill about the agreement about what the agreement will be for either. And so it is basically an open wasteland to say, hey, this is what I think it should be, and hey, this is what I want it to be. And as I forewarned you, I think it was on last night's broadcast, I said, be prepared for other organizations to do what you're going to do and what we're going to do, which is you're going to see in the next coming week other industries come forward and say, we're in trouble. And you may have given us $100 billion back in March and maybe another $100 billion in May, but we need another $100 billion. Oh, those people with stimulus checks? Ignore them. Just take care of us first. You're going to see a lot of that. And so ultimately, what's important to understand is that you're first in line. This is like the delicatessen line where you pull the little number and you're like, I'm first, I'm number 201, he's number 405, and you're first in line. That's the first thing. Second, there's going to be these people that are going to try to commandeer the discussion and get ahead of you. We certainly saw it with the airlines. We certainly saw it with the hospitality industry. We certainly saw it with travel and leisure. And it's going to come with more of those people in the next coming weeks. So what's important to say is you need to be loud and vocal and be heard now before those people come in the coming weeks. They're coming. Trust me, they're coming. How much stimulus are you owed? Where would the stimulus benchmark be based upon? How it will be defined and where are the terms? There's so many things when we talk about stimulus for this channel. So we talk about stimulus check, we talk about hazard pay, we talk about FPUC, we talk about all these different permutations. So what's important to understand is that you're owed all of this and more. It's important to understand that one thing doesn't succumb the other and another thing doesn't replace the other. And it's important to understand that the purple power community is a lot of people with a lot of different walks of lives. So what's important, and I reassure you all the time about this message, is never feel that your situation is the only situation. There may be someone in the Purple Power family right next to you in the super chat who thinks that they're entitled to hazard pay because they work as an essential worker during the pandemic. They had a job. You were laid off and you are entitled to FPUC. And so don't presume that your call to duty is more important than theirs and they won't do the same to you. Ultimately, we're all here for a lot of different walks of life. I saw someone in one of the comments to one of the videos, I think it was the hazard pay video yesterday, in which I'm talking about EIDL loans. And I'm talking about viewers who wanted bigger loan amounts, but Javita Carranza put a cap on their loan amounts. And those loan amounts would determine the ability for their families to eat during the winter, would determine the ability for their families, for their employees' families to eat during the winter, and their employees' families to eat during the winter. One of the comments was, I don't get it. I don't qualify for a loan. So why am I hearing about this? No, that's not the spirit of the Purple Power, because ultimately we're all here for different reasons. And it's never your reason or the highway. That's Nancy Pelosi's channel, not my channel. And so ultimately, don't presume that you, and the person actually used an adjective like, none of us want to hear about loans. Oh, hello, you don't know about this channel. So don't presume that your situation is not someone else's situation. I have viewers who are essential workers. I have viewers who are unemployed. I have viewers who are seniors who are on Social Security or disability. I have viewers who are single moms raising children and families of four. I have business owners who employ 4, 5, or 6 guys, and those guys provide livelihood for their entire family with their kids. So I have all different types of people. And so as the Purple Power, we're here to get the agenda pushed. What is the agenda? Stimulus checks. What's the agenda? Hazard pay. What's the agenda? FPUC. What's the agenda? Rent, student loan forgiveness, all those incredible things. And then there's the provisions. This is what's important for you as you start the new day, is that all those provisions are at play. They're all at play. What I need you to understand is, it seems a little bit confusing to some, but I'm trying to make it simple for you, is that nothing's been agreed upon for anything. So the fact that there's no agreement, it means that, well, then you can consider my situation, and you can consider my request and my demand. My demand is XYZ, and I've seen on Twitter, I've seen on social media, I've seen what you've been doing. It's absolutely incredible. That's what you got to do. You got to say, my demand is, for example, $4,000 stimulus check. I have been on this lockdown for 6 months, and I've been on this, lockdown, I've been on this path for at least 6 months. I never got a stimulus check. Or I'm a senior citizen. I'm a veteran. I never got a first stimulus check. So you know what? You ain't going to be paying me $500 this time around. You, in fact, admitted that you made a mistake the first time, that I should have gotten a stimulus check. So you know what? I want that stimulus check retroactively, and I want the new stimulus check. You can make whatever demand you want. And ultimately, it's the power of the community vocalizing its position. I'm not one who's going to tell you what is the correct amount to demand and not what was the incorrect amount to demand, other than I think the demands of maybe $12,000 or $20,000. That's not going to happen per person. But anything else than that, certainly. FPUC, it should be retroactive to late July. Hazard pay, you should be getting it. And what I'm pre-warning you is that the longer this goes on, expect people to play games with eligibility windows. You're going to see that go on. Pelosi in statements on Friday and Thursday said that you will get paid and it will be retroactive. To which I say, retroactive to what date? I really do believe that ultimately what you're going to see is that there is no middle ground on what the retroactive date is. Larry Kudlow talked about that yesterday, or actually overnight or either yesterday. He said that there needs to be a middle ground for things. And ultimately, the middle ground should be when the programs initially expired. The problem is that these people seem to ignore what you're entitled to and seem to just want to tailor it to the present. An example is that FPUC expired in late July, and so now they're talking about FPUC starting in the latest bills in September. Okay, well, what happened to August? We're not going to get the month of August. But what I'm pre-warning you is that what I think is going to happen is that if this goes on a few more weeks, then you're going to see them say, okay, we'll do retroactive FPUC to October. Excuse me, October? In October, you said it was retroactive to September. In August, you said you're going to take care of July. We're suddenly losing months as we go along. As we wait for more stimulus, we wait longer for our stimulus, we're losing stimulus. That doesn't make sense. As we wait longer for stimulus, we should be getting more stimulus. It's just their notion that you wait longer and you get paid less is just, it's just shocking, but it is happening on a regular basis, and I need to inform you of that, and I expect them to do it again. You know, Nancy Pelosi was at a $1,200 stimulus check. Now she's at a $500 stimulus check. She was at another person's $1,200 check. That check is now also a $500 check. So she's going backwards. She had hazard pay in there, $10,000. It's now gone. She had FPUC originally in July and not to expire. Now it's expired and it's only going to September. As things go on, both Republicans and Democrats seem to be wanting to pay you less. That's not how it works. That is not how it works. Let me get to some of the incredible comments and questions from yesterday, and they certainly went along the same notion. These are comments from dropped in the channel as opposed to in these chat on the right. And thank you for the people who donated for the super chat as well. Mika Holland, if they don't help American people, the worst is yet to come. Carlita Mares, Can we sue the government? No. Philip McClaycom, they've all failed us. Now the media's not even mentioning it this morning. Nancy has successfully blocked everything. Now she can set up her $20 million mansion and laugh at us. Deidre Martin, the U.S. government is not showing respect for its citizens. Mem Benzer, don't want the SOBs writing bills. We need writing checks for the people. Antoinette, I'm dreaming of Purple Power Christmas. $4,000 would put holiday on the table. Tammy Fuentes, she needs to stop drinking. She acts like she's drunk. Larry Emmerich, both sides don't care. They're wealthy people who are going hungry, can't pay bills. And Denise Lucy, Mr. President, what are you waiting for? Do executive orders. Your people are desperate and suffering. Robin Kentley, I serve my country. Now, will they serve us? Now they won't serve us. Lorraine Ortega, since March 26, when quarantine started, businesses shut down, employees were let go. Many lost their jobs since March, and many more are homeless without work and food. Sonia, executive order should have been written by now. That's obvious. So why is he not doing this? I've run out of reasons for any delays. This delay? Any ideas? Oh, 1,000 different reasons why he may not have done executive orders by now. One, he's going to do them sooner or later. Two, he thinks that he's going to win and that he doesn't need to do executive orders. Three, he thinks that executive orders may be counterintuitive to his narrative that the economy is really wonderful and you're all driving around in Bentleys and Rolls Royces. There's a lot of reasons why he may not have done executive orders by now. Unfortunately, none of them are consistent with what he's doing. The only thing it's consistent with is his lack of doing anything policy related on anything of policy or legislative during this campaign. We're hearing very little about what he's going to do going forward in his second term. Now, Joe Biden is doing much the same as well, but he's not the president. Joe Biden is the contender. Tonya, they're not going to help us. I'm CSE. I'm so mad. Tim Counts, Steve Minutia, Mitch McConnell, they need to get their cigarettes out. Fang Yong, my friend's husband committed suicide 2 days ago, leaving behind his wife and 3 children due to going under stress and losing everything. This is so sad. People are struggling here. This is some serious issue. I'm sorry about your friend's husband. His story is unfortunately not the first of this channel. Randy Penderson, if you point one finger at someone and you're pointing three fingers back at you, you need to stop the blame game. Give us the money. Joseph Pinky, they all need to focus on MSC. What have they done? Dora Ray, I pray that all the people get this great country, we get our chip stimulus. And Marcia Watts, they need to be sued. Larry Madeline, $1,200 a month. $1,200 a month does not cover the gas in my truck for a month, much less the lights, water, TV, dog food. They're a joke. They need to earn the money and work for the American people like we voted them in to do. I love that. If you have comments or questions to today's video, drop them in the comments below and they may be featured in tomorrow's recording. Thank you for joining me on the live super chat as well and the instant premiere. Coming up next at 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is a continuation of this broadcast. As always, go to the front of this channel, subscribe. Subscribe because we're going to get through this together. We're going to get through this together and we're going to see the finish line. Also, like this video. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save that life for more.